welcome to the first official Let's Play Hawke Legacy, Sims 4 Legacy Challenge. We are at the very, very beginning now. I haven't even placed Hawke on a lot yet for you, just to give you an idea of how we get started here. You'll see that the neighborhood looks a little bit different than it did in the last version of The Sims. Things are broken up into these little sections. And you can see, just by looking around, we've only got a couple of empty lots here, but none of these are the lot that we want. We want the big lot over here, which you cannot afford this lot. Yeah, we know. We are starting out with not much, and we're gonna actually start with even less. So the first thing we want to do, if you haven't done this before, is we're gonna just purchase, say, one of these lots over here, just to move her in someplace. By the way, this is Aster that we made in the previous video. She's our Legacy founder, and we just need to get her moved into the right place. So these load screens aren't very long, but they're just long enough. So here we go. So let's get her out of here. Actually, we're going to come up here, and from the main menu here, we're going to go to Manage Worlds. Well, let's save and Manage Worlds. That's fine. Alright, and now from here, we can actually choose this lot that we want. This is the one, this is the ideal lot for a Legacy family. It's the biggest lot, the 50 by 50 up there. Unfortunately, this beautiful house is gonna go bye-bye. So we are gonna do... Okay, so what we're gonna do, actually, is we're gonna come down here to Hawke. We're not gonna play her. We are going to move out of that lot. We're gonna hop over here to this one that we can't technically afford. We cannot afford that house, but that's okay because we don't want the house. We're gonna bulldoze the lot, which makes it affordable for us and leaves us with half our money. So let's play that. The houses still appear to be there on the neighborhood map, but it will not be when we get in. Here we are on the lot that is going to be our family's home for many generations to come, hopefully. But we still have a little too much money. So let's hop up here into the build and buy mode. And the first thing we need to do as a Legacy family is purchase a particular item, which you can find by searching for the knight, and it's this guy right here. You can choose the color. I like the color that it comes in. Just plop this guy on the lot here, but he's not going to stay there. Let's move it. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Sorry, I'm getting used to new controls and a mouse I'm not used to using, so we're going to put in our family inventory, which leaves us with the appropriate starting amount of $1,800. Some players like to spend that money on the best bed, you know, and choose to use the gym or something like that, some other place for all of their hygiene needs, showering and bathroom and all that kind of good stuff. But I'm gonna spend a little bit money on the things that are gonna make Aster's life a little easier here, and save a little bit of that money because I know she's gonna need some help with her career. So we're gonna try to be a little smart about this. Try being the operative word. Alright, so the first thing we are going to do is let's sort this stuff by room. Let's get a bed. Let's get, here we go. I'd rather it not be an uncomfortable bed. But we don't need to spend quite that much money, and I'd like it to be sizable for reasons. That way we don't have to spend the money later. So here, we'll just go with a bed. Oh my gosh. So I turned on the camera controls, the Sims 3 camera controls, so we'll see how this actually works out. And my edge scrolling appears to be on, which that's good. Okay, so we have a bed for sleeping. Let's get a couple things for hygiene. It's nice You don't have to have walls now to have a toilet. So, yay, I guess, if your sim is into that. So we'll have a toilet. How much for a reasonable shower? Oh, lots of money. Let's get a basic shower, and I want to grab her a fridge because those quick meals, while not the best, oh well, I may have made a mistake. That's right, I can sell things, you can get a fridge, and it's all part of the process. I still want a toilet that won't break after 2 uses, so that'll do for right now. That leaves us with literal pocket change. $35 is not going to get us very far. She's going to have to get a job right away, so let's get her on that. We can come back into the live mode, and everything on this is done through the phone here, so let's find a job. If only real life were that easy. Oh, and we need to let her actually use the phone to find a job. You go. So it's going to give us a list of choices here, many things that you're very familiar with if you've played Sims ever before. Writer, painter, culinary, tech, entertainer, astronaut, secret agent, criminal. If you watched the making of Aster video, I was talking about how I was kind of hoping to have a science-y something for her, as far as a life goal, aspiration, and there really wasn't one, so I'm gonna have her be an astronaut, because that's fun for me. I tend to play very artsy Sims, lots of painters and writers and musicians, so I want to have somebody in the sciences for once. So she's going to be an astronaut, we hope. So down here we can actually take a look and see, here's her life goal. She'd like to have a successful lineage. So a little on the nose for a legacy family, but you know, I thought it was fun. So she wants to become an adult, which apparently she's already done, even though she's a young adult. Okay. And she wants to spend $1,000 on kid stuff, which, trust me, we will do at some point here. So what she needs to do first to advance in her chosen career here, which she doesn't start until tomorrow, she'd like to successfully enthuse about space with 3 other Sims. So there's nobody here to enthuse with. Let's go somewhere, which also we do through her phone. You can see down here the last option is travel. And this is what lets us travel to any of those other lots that we saw earlier, how that neighborhood is broken up into big chunks. This is what's going to let us pick a different place to go. And because it is the middle of the day here, I think I'm going to have her go... We're going to go... museum... Let's go to the library, so we can work on some logic skill here if we want to as well. That's going to come in handy for this particular job. And now, as with the Legacy Challenge, the other things that we're looking for here, we're trying to get her a spouse of some kind, so we're always kind of on the lookout for that. And then there's all these other goals to get points that we want to kind of bear in mind. Leveling up certain skills, just all manner of things here, and there we go. So let's see who's here in the library. Let's friendly introduction with this fella right here, and I think I have a pretty good idea of who's an acceptable spouse and who isn't. Melody! So I have a list around here somewhere that I kept. The rules for spouses are you cannot marry somebody who lives in the town. You've got to marry a drifter, basically, and they can't bring any money in, so I've got to keep in mind who's actually living in this town and who's a drifter. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this guy isn't a native here, so we're going to try and get to know him a little bit. Try to build up a friendship and a relationship. So you can see she's got the happy emotion down here. Her whole thing is green. So they could do some extra actions depending on which menu you're in. They have the little green tab right next to them. You can do things like compliment, brighten day, which we're going to do She'd like to enthuse about space, which I just saw, but now it's gone. Find friendly. And those things change depending on what your mood is. Here we go. Let's enthuse about space once with this guy. We're going to keep an eye on how it's going down here, and we know he's ambitious. That's interesting. That's our legacy family trait, by the way. I went over this a little bit in the creating of Aster, but for those of you who haven't watched it, the ground rules for my legacy family are, as far as the succession goes, it's a modern equality, so any child, biological or adopted, of either gender can be the heir. The only caveat being we have an exemplar. So exemplar trait is ambitious. We're an ambitious family, so if there are no children with the ambitious trait, it defaults probably to oldest. I may actually choose, like that's what it says in the exemplar thing, is it defaults to the oldest. I may actually have it default to the closest relationship with the current heir. Which is something I should probably decide really soon. I think I like that a lot better. If I'm allowed to do that, I'm going to. So we are still getting to know Ronaldo. And we enthused about space with somebody else enthused about space. Let's introduce ourselves to Ulysses.
Dag dag.
It's nice so you can have this conversation while she's sitting down and he's standing up. That's not a big deal.
Sigluna Piyun.
And, okay, so Ulysses is going to continue this conversation. We're going to come over and sit down next to us. Nice. So let's enthuse about space. Get that third one in here, get to know a little bit, see some of these traits that our potential spouses have, because you do get points if the spouses all through the generations have different traits, which is kind of nice. But I do also like that one of these, potential fellows here has the ambitious trait. That's something that I want to have passed down in this family. That's important to this family. So we may keep an eye on him. Sorry, I have to pause every few minutes to have a little coughing fit. I was sick over the weekend, and all the talking seems to agitate it just a little bit, but mostly feeling better. So let's see. Did we enthuse about space twice? Good, we did. So let's talk to this young lady over here, Lacey, and we'll enthuse about space with her, and that'll be our job requirement. And then we'll go make sure that other guy, here we go, Ronaldo, we'll double check on him and see if he really is somebody that we're allowed to pursue. 'Cause that would be good, I think. So now that we've introduced ourselves to Lacey, we're going to... Let's brighten her day. That came up. That's nice. We can always use more friends. Get to know her a little bit. It's always interesting to know about folks. And it's under friendly. Here we go. Enthuse about space. So if you take a look at the top, too, if you haven't seen this one before, you can have conversations with more than one person at a time. I'm really not sure if there is a limit or what it might be. But these little tabs down here kind of keep you up to date on who these people, how they're feeling. Sometimes if you talk to somebody who's happy, that'll help you be more happy. Or if you talk to somebody who's inspired, that'll give you the little inspired emotion down here. I've had the little bit that I've played before now. I've had Sims kind of pump other Sims up and get them really inspired or focused or, just ready to go. So here we go. So we've met this goal for work. So she's pretty good. If she goes to work tomorrow in a good mood, if she goes in working hard, it's in all likelihood we'll get a promotion on day one, which would be great because who likes to be an intern? So let's actually check on that Ronaldo thing real quick. And let me show you here. Let's save real quick. And let's manage worlds. We already saved, so we're just going to manage worlds. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to take a look in household management. So this shows us our played households, Hawke. This should be the only played household on your legacy game. And these are the unplayed households. So these are, I was pretty sure I made the a good list here. You'll see right underneath the last names of the families, Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, Willow Creek. That means these families live in one of these neighborhoods. So what we're looking for Oasis Springs, Willow Creek. Here we go. These are the kind of things we want to see. Currently not in world. So we've got this family. Oh, they're cute. Currently not in world, the Devlins. Okay, so he might be involved. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask him about that. We've got lots of groups I'm seeing. That's interesting. I've played a game earlier where I had lots of single old people that were the currently not in world. Here we are. We're getting into some singlets. Okay, so these are the folks that have been generated so far that are available, all these currently not in world folks. And the folks who do live in the neighborhoods are usually the same people that you're kind of used to. Land grabs, the Goth family, you know, the roomies, people that we've seen before in different games. So their last names usually give them away. So let's investigate this Devlin fellow and see if that's something we can do. So let's keep playing. Yes, we're gonna keep playing as Aster. We're gonna track this fella down, see what's going on. So we've got our work need. Is he still? Oh, that's the other Serenity. That's the other person that was in his family. We'll see if they are involved or not. Where might he be? If he's still around. Oh, is that our... Oh, Allison Kenny. I thought we spotted a Goth for a moment. I think I always look for and love the Goth family in these games. It's kind of a shame I cannot pull any of those family members into my legacy family, but that's okay. Maybe we'll be good neighbors. I want to look at the upstairs, so we gotta go all the way up here to that weird little arrow at the very top. And I don't see anybody up here, so maybe we know him well enough that we can call him and invite him back to this lot. Let's come down here to the phone. Invite to hang out at current lot. Yeah, apparently he's not here, so let's get him over here. Well, we're playing.
So low freeze.
Well, that's... Okay. So we're playing with the screenshots. I do want to take some pictures for use on the Tumblr, so pardon me while I do that every once in a while. Alright, well, we didn't call him, so does that mean he's here, or that we just don't feel like calling him? Let's try that again. Sometimes Sims are stubborn. Alright, so we're going to try and call him, maybe. That's next on our... No? Alright, let's try to travel with him instead. Travel with Ronaldo. There we go. Maybe I wasn't selecting it correctly before. Either way, let's travel with him. It's about 1 in the afternoon. Maybe we'll go over to that museum, see what's over there. It's a nice quiet place to talk. Or the park. Let's go to the museum. It's kind of a cultural thing to do on a Sunday afternoon. Alright, here he is. So let's heartfelt compliment. Thanks for coming out. And let's get into romance. We're going to ask if single. Alright, they are facing away from me because they hate me. I want to take a picture without this wall in the way. Alright, that'll have to do. So to take a screenshot is nice and easy. You just hit C. Would I like to make it a memory? Sure, because I'm never going to live this down. Okay, so now we're probably going to find out that he's married because this is my life.
Cool.
Spouse. Yep. So that's a bummer. Because he's ambitious. And he likes red. We like red. Could have been. So let's see who else is at this museum. Because he is not going to cut it, obviously. Gosh. Alright. Who are you? Funny introduction to this guy. Romeo. Oh, alright. Romeo. So, there goes all of our interest in Red Argyle fella.
I succumb.
Gosh. I wonder if you can break up other people's marriages. Is that really the way that we want to start this legacy? I don't know, but perhaps not.
Glingo?
Oh, so Romeo's angry, by the way, from an unpleasant conversation. Cool, great.
Samba.
Try to calm down. Yeah, that's what we want.
Say. Tube.
Is the most obnoxious husband.
Hammer Bamboo Ooze. Panai.
Alright, he's not gonna do it either. We are having all kinds of luck this morning, this afternoon. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, on her first day in existence, and it kinda blows. But we're ready for work, so that's cool. Ooh, what's going on over here? Maybe we can go across here to this got a cute little picnic happening. Who are these people? The pancakes. Oh, all kinds of people, not just the pancakes. Who's this? Let's come introduce ourselves to this nice-looking group of barbecuers over here. Oh, Ezri's angry. Or not Ezri. I'm so sorry, that's not her name. So Aster is angry now. Guess you got a spoiler as to what I'm going to name one of her kids, though, huh? Let's see, is she coming on over? Yeah, here she comes. Maybe this will make her feel better. Have a better time. Do an introduction, hopefully.
Oh,
And now she's going to have a conversation with all of these people. Yeah, oh, he's playful. That's nice. They're all playful. Maybe that'll make her feel better. This nice group conversation full of playful people. Let's grab a serving. Let's have a hamburger while we're here. Speaking of, how are her knees? Nothing down here is glowing, which is good. She's all in the green. This thing usually glows to let you know what's lacking, but she's doing pretty well so far. So we'll just grab a hamburger for funsies and try to learn about this guy. Let's get to know. Let's see if he's married. Spouse, he's married already. Who's this guy? Friendly introduction. Dwayne. Looks kind of like a child. That's okay. Did we introduce ourselves, Sammy? Baby. She's still kind of grumpy. She wants to kick a trash can. I don't think that's gonna help. I mean, maybe it'll make her feel a little bit better, but it's just gonna kind of make everything else super gross. Oh, Summer is flirty. With who, Summer? Everybody, I guess? So where's this guy? Where's Babyface? Dwayne. Might actually be a child. Can we get to know? More choices. Friendly. Get to know. Let's get to know him a little bit. I'm concerned. I haven't played this very long, but the fact that he only has 2 traits makes me think he might be a baby. Let's find somebody else. At least he's just kind of chubs, but at least he's not married. Who's this guy? Friendly introduction to Bill Gates. No, Jeffrey. Oh, Jeffrey Landgrab. Nope. Cannot do that. Let's go elsewhere. It's about 4:30, and we're finally not angry. That's good. So let's travel. Let's leave these schmucks behind, and we're gonna travel. So finish up your conversation. I'll let her make some friends-ish. That's enough friends. No more chatting. No more burger. Come on. Wrap it up. Let's go. There we go. Now we're gonna travel. And we're gonna go to the one exciting place in town, probably. The Blue Velvet nightclub. And by exciting, it's probably not that exciting. We'll see who's there this evening. find anybody today. Oh, who's this? Oh, gosh. Rolanda. Good, jog away. That's a good thing to do. We are not dressed for this, so we are going to change outfit to party. That's cute. So we've got lots of tank tops today. Nothing happening. Nothing happening. Let's come over here. Let's introduce ourselves to the bartender. That's a good life choice. That's good. Let's do that. Are you the bartender, though? J. Huntington III.
Dag.
Are you a townie?
Oh, Palingo.
Heartfelt compliment. Just in case.
Splish? Hando.
Get to
Lexi, does it
Let's
do?
find out about this guy. He's not anybody I've got on my list.
Nabakusa.
And I don't think he's the bartender. I'm pretty sure the bartenders usually wear black.
And it's above.
He has a little uniform.
Quasnol.
So he is
Shirshikabaru.
probably not married, but let's find out.
Snubaro
No
Watani.
choices.
Lumina Exi.
Ask if single.
Fabane. Bumi Eatsabido.
He's
Quest.
active. That's a
Wogrichal.
trait that
Warba.
I don't have, or rather Aster doesn't have.
It's
It's usually good to have something in common. Oh, by the way, again, I'm taking a lot of things for granted, assuming that you watched the creating Aster's traits. Do we know him?
Ah, Nopsa.
I don't know where they. Oh, here we go. So Aster is clumsy, genius, ambitious, and domestic. She gets that from her aspiration. So it looks like Jay is not married, which is nice. And where did we go? Oh, good. Okay. Well, that was sort of like you were having fun. Dance with Jay. Let's have a good time. Or he'll walk away, I guess. And so we'll just listen to the blues. No, let's hang out with Jay some more. Gossip. Let's discuss interests. Let's brighten his day a little. There's our bartender. Hello, Shelley.
Oh, Pritas.
Gooma.
Alright, let's on.
Next.
Yeah, Nibs.
So we'll enthuse about space a little bit. We already made our
Nabakusa.
the required 3, but it's just a nice, cute thing about Aster. So we'll ask him about his day. Can we get to know him anymore? Like, I want to get to know the rest of his traits. But that one is a little elusive sometimes. It's not always there when you want it to be. So, we could gossip some. Good. Deep conversation, that's nice. Tell a funny story, maybe. And we're making friends pretty quickly with him. That's moving along quite nicely. And we still haven't learned anything else about him, but that's okay. We'll see
Wait, Datsu. Benarla Roy. Ablish. Fumu. Watso.
Lie about career. I don't know why one would do that thing. But that's okay. So what's the need? Oh, she's got to go to the bathroom. There should be a bathroom upstairs. Here we go. I'll speed through this. Do what you gotta do, girl. And see if he is still downstairs. Yes. Discuss interests. Everybody likes a funny girl, right? We'll do an impression. Tell an engaging story.
Chargo Munda. Yabi Horm. Yabi.
We're just gonna talk to him here from the end of the bar, I guess, over this redhead. Or from way down here across 3 other people. That's cool. Do we know anything more about him yet? No, just that he's active. Where have you gone? I'm gonna dance. Dance with Jay. Dance. Jay Huntington the Third looks like he's a legacy of his own. Yeah, that's a good shot. Can I get to know more? Like... complimenting, getting to know, talking.
What about
Tell you about ducks. I want to get to know.
Blish?
Oh, that is.
Sure.
So we're gonna stand and kind of half dance while we talk to him. Compliment.
Blish? Ando.
I want to fill out those other traits, but today we're still acquaintances yet, but I think we're getting close to friends. Excuse me. Let's ask him to dance. Or invite him to dance. I'm gonna get a great angle, but that's okay.
Baro Vicente, Coach Ricky.
Right in there. About politicians. Hopefully his legacy is not that he is a politician or in a politician's family. Well, here we go. We can take a picture together. That's always, I like that interaction. That's super cute. So I guess we can actually dance and chat. It's handy. I like that you can do two things at once. You don't have to like wait for them to stop. Whatever they were doing. Oh, lots of people to hang out with. Oh, that's a land grab. So we are a friend now. We're all the way to friend. That's so good.
Shilu Panive Baima. Loopy. Big for hell.
I know a little bit more. Inside joke. Maybe it'll give us some of these attributes. Or some of these other people, just in case. Okay. I'm gonna dance and chat forever, I guess. Until she finally... It's too tired. Okay. An energy thing. It is 12:40 in the morning. He's a bro. Oh. That's the grossest thing I've ever heard of. But at least he's kind of being a friend. Adriel Arthur. Funny intro. I think I don't want to start this dynasty off with a bro. Like that's a new kind of trait to this version of The Sims. And just the description of it kind of sounds exactly like what you think. So I'm not sure how they play out actually interacting. Oh, and he's flirty even, so let's hope he's not married, but we'll check. We'll ask if single. So what's up with this guy? Come on. Spouse, he is married. Well, maybe our option is the bro. Maybe it won't play out so bad. Okay, maybe don't get attached to the married guy. Well, so I guess that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see how this bro thing plays out. It is getting a little late though. I would like her to get home and get some sleep before work tomorrow. So we're gonna go home. Yeah, she's pretty tired. Aster is pretty beat, and we want to make sure that we do well at work so that she can get a promotion, she can get more money, and we can stop living on the lawn. Would be great. Yeah, she's dragging herself out of here. So let's get her home, let's get her to her lot, and I think we'll call it a wrap up here on this first episode. Okay, here we are on the lawn. Anything we need to... She's doing pretty good as far as hunger and bladder and all the other stuff goes, so we can actually... Let's have a quick meal. Let's have some yogurt real quick. And then we will get her to sleep, because we've got a big day of being an intern ahead of us. We'll quickly eat this yogurt. Quickly. Come on, we're on full speed here. You can go faster than that, girl. There we go. Okay. So that's it. 3:30 in the morning for Aster. Hopefully enough time to get some sleep before she goes to work tomorrow, and we'll see you next time. Oh my gosh. You're just gonna make this as difficult for me as possible. Nope. Nope. Go. Oh my gosh, this wall. Can you disappear? Can you disappear? Welcome to the Hawke Legacy Magnet Fox with the controls. Oh, sorry. Welcome to the Sims Legacy Hawke Legacy. Don't know how to use this game. Oh, there we go. And the cat's on my desk. Alright, this has been a great first episode. Can I just take your picture? Is that...